So the first goal in the Philadelphia Union versus LA Galaxy match was scored by LA Galaxy's Mauricio Cuevas. We can see here on your screen, highlighted for the Philadelphia Union is Danley John Jock. And so Jovan Lukic is on the ball for the Union. Danley right here is going to go ahead and try to dribble past a couple players inside LA Galaxy's own half of the field. Notice on the screen too, I have the two fullbacks for the Union, Frankie Westfield and Kai Wagner, both highlighted, because it's so important watching the Union just expand their shape, push players forward into LA Galaxy's half of the field. And this is why you don't want Danley John Jock losing the ball, because you get yourself susceptible on the counterattack when you push your fullbacks up. This is the last place where Danley John Jock wants to lose the ball, because then you leave Nathan Harriel and Jacob Glesnes susceptible to counterattacks. It's going to be a lot of 1v1 defending, and when you have two defenders back, odds are you're always going to be at a numeric disadvantage. And so right here, you see Danley go ahead, lose the ball, and now Galaxy break on the counterattack. It's 2v2 at first, and then here comes Cuevas sprinting past Kai Wagner. Royce sees that run, and then it's an easy finish there by Cuevas to make it 1-0 LA Galaxy. And again, it starts with Danley John Jock losing the ball in a terrible position. You never ever want to give the ball away right there, just because you've got those two center backs that are left on their own. They're left on an island. And we'll see that play once again. It's not a quick counterattack by means, It's not a sprinting counterattack. Cuevas is the only player that's sprinting. It's good awareness here, right here, by LA Galaxy to take the ball off of Danley John Jock. And Marco Royce isn't the quickest player, right? He's slowing down, looking, waiting for that runner, waiting for that runner. And right there, because Kai Wagner is out of position, it's just the simple pass into Cuevas, and it's an easy finish there by him to beat Andrew Rick at the near post. But right here, you have on your screen, you have Jacob Glesnes having to determine, all right, do I go to the ball? Nathan Harriel, do I go to the ball? Because it's a 2v2 situation. And so Glesnes also sees out of the corner of his eye Fagundez making this run. And so neither one of the center backs can commit 100% to this challenge. And so it's going to be just that ball, because it's slight hesitation there from Jacob Glesnes, from Nathan Harriel. Neither one of the center backs are really comfortable committing 100% to the ball. You see Nathan Harriel come over last, but by the time he commits, Marco Royce has already made the pass, and it's an easy finish there by Cuevas to give Galaxy a 1-0 lead. And the game comes courtesy by Diego Fagundez to give Galaxy a 2-0 lead over the Union. And so just like the last play, we're highlighting yet again another number 6 for the Union. This time it's Jovan Lukic. And so Jovan's going to go here and get the ball back for the Union, but then he's going to quickly get it stolen off his foot. And now Galaxy are going to go ahead and hit once again on a counterattack. It's a good ball forward into Royce. First time pass by Marco Royce here out wide. It's a good cross here, and it's a poor clearance by Danley John Jock, who didn't have the greatest half for the Union. Indiana loses out on that 1v1 header. Galaxy keep the play alive right here. And right here, Jovan Lukic again. We saw him lose the ball at the half circle, and now Jovan's not going to track the run here of Cuevas, and Cuevas is just going to go ahead and sneak right by him. You see him in behind, and that's a great pass. And because of that ball into Cuevas, it means that Jacob Glesnes has to slot over because Jovan Lukic doesn't follow the run. Danley John Jock looks over quickly at Marco Royce, who that arrow is pointing at, but he doesn't track him. That's too much space there for Marco Royce, for a player of his quality. You've got to be on him tight. Danley John Jock not. And so Jacob Glesnes comes over, loses out on that challenge, and because Danley John Jock didn't track the run of Marco Royce, look at all that space that he's into. It's one simple pass that he has to play right into Fagundez. It's a good touch. Frankie Westfield commits, and then it's an easy finish there by Fagundez to give Galaxy a 2-0 lead. And I had mentioned it, both number 6s for the Union, Jovan Lukic, Danley John Jock, did not have good first halves for the Union at all. Both of those guys making mistakes in the goals that the Galaxy scored, which is untypical for these guys because they've been so good for the Union defensively this season. And to see them get punished twice in about 5 minutes was a little bit shocking to see. Again, just looks over. You saw his look over, but doesn't track it. Assumes Glesnes is going to have it. Glesnes commits because, Jovan doesn't track the run. And because of that, now you have Mark and Royce just in a ton of space. Frankie has to commit, leave Fagundez, and then it's an easy finish there by Fagundez. And it's why it's so important that, if you're going to commit, you got to win your tackles. You've always got to be tracking guys. And when one person doesn't track, the whole system falls apart. And that's what happened here on this play. Third goal in this match comes courtesy by Nathan Harriel to make the score 2-1. Galaxy pulls the Union within one. And before we talk about this video, no, DraftKings is not a sponsor of the video. This was the ad that Apple was running in this moment in the game. But you have Kai Wagner crossing this ball towards the back post to an unmarked Jacob Glesnes. And it is so key what Frankie Westfield does on this play, shielding out the defender, allowing Jacob Glesnes to have an uncontested header. And then it's the late run by Nathan Harriel towards the back post, unmarked on the play as well. And he's able to get a knee to it, redirect this shot, and beat John McCarthy. And so there goes the run by Jacob Glesnes. Ball crossed in because Glesnes is free, gets a header, unmarked, Nathan Harriel. And now it's 2-1. And it's a beautiful set piece there worked by the Union. Set pieces all year long, they've been deadly. That was their 7th of the year. And this is who you want on the end of the crosses. Jacob Glesnes and Nathan Harriel, two of your best players on set pieces, whether it be attacking or defending. This time it happened to be attacking. And again, we'll see it there. I'll try to get a quick pause just so you guys can see how vital Frankie Westfield was. And so right here, you can see Frankie Westfield is right here. You see the cruiser just shielding, and it allowed Jacob Glesnes to run through this area, this little gap, and go unmarked on the play. And so ball gets whipped in, unmarked. Glesnes wins the header, unmarked there for Nathan Harriel. We'll see another angle that shows that it came off of Harriel's knee, but it's a really well-worked set piece by the Union. Right here is that angle. Header off of the knee of Harriel, and it winds up going in the back of the net. This is the fourth goal in the match. This one comes courtesy by Tai Baribo to tie the game up at 2 apiece. It starts with Kai Wagner on the throw. Going to go to Danley John Jock, who plays the return pass back to Wagner. Wagner into Glesnes, who hits a first-time pass over the top into Indiana Vasilev. And that's an excellent pass there by Glesnes. Great touch here by Danley to go past the defender, cross it towards the near post. Great header there by Tai Baribo, who gets this game tied up at 2-2. Excellent response by the Union after being down at half, 2-0. The Union come out at the break, score 2 goals within the 5 minutes of the second half, and that's exactly what you want to see. A excellent response by the Union after a really poor first half in the game. The Union finally gets some chances inside the 18-yard box where they've been deadly all season long, off of the set piece, now off of a cross from Danley John Jock into Tai Baribo. We're going to go ahead and look at. I said it. Great pass there by Jacob Glesnes into Indiana Vasilev. And this touch here by Danley to go ahead and just sprint past the defender. A lot of grid here. It's a cutback pass by Vasilev into Danley to know Danley's unmarked right here. And it's the sprint, it's the touch by Danley that sets this whole play up for the Union. And the movement. Tai Baribo talked to me after the game and said that, yeah, him and Bruno Damiani weren't getting a ton of chances created for them in the first half, but Tai believed that his runs could be better. And he proved it here with the goal in the 50th minute. He goes back towards the penalty spot, then cuts in towards the near post and beats the defender to the header, beats John McCarthy right there towards the near post. Excellent header there by Tai Baribo. It's great movement there by the striker. This is exactly what you want to see. This is where Tai Baribo is at his best, inside that 18-yard box. The same could be said about Bruno Damiani. But the first time finish, the header there by Baribo, that's a thunderous header there. Nothing John McCarthy could do. This game tied up at 2 apiece. Excellent response by the Philadelphia Union. The fifth and final goal in the match. This one comes courtesy by Tai Baribo to give him his brace against LA Galaxy to win the Union this game 3-2. And so it's going to be yet again another set piece opportunity for the Union. This one gets sent in by Kai Wagner towards the near post for Alejandro Bedoya, who wins the flick on and tries to head it towards Mikhail Ua. It gets cleared away poorly here by Galaxy, and Kevin Sullivan keeps the play alive, finds Alejandro Bedoya, who then heads it back to Mikhail Ua, and Ua does so well to just cross this towards the back post for a Tai Baribo header. And so Wagner, you're going to see right here, go towards Alejandro Bedoya, who makes that run towards the near post, towards Mikal Uhr, gets cleared away here poorly by Galaxy. Kevin Sullivan keeps it alive with the ball played back into Bedoya, who does so well right here. Mikal Uhr, cross back post, and there's a free header. 3-2 for the Philadelphia Union. They know it. 96th minute. The Union had to wait. Their next chance after that first Tai Baribo goal that was threatening was Mikal Uhr's chance in the 70th minute. And then it took from that moment all the way to the 96th minute for the Union to get another clear and obvious opportunity. You see how much it means to the Union, how much it means to Tai Baribo right there. This game had such a playoff-like atmosphere. Greg Vanney complaining about he thinks it's a foul. No foul on the play. We'll look at it once again because this is another great set piece by the Union going towards the near post. We saw a lot of this a few years ago. Union under Frank Leich have changed their set pieces up just because teams are aware of them, always wanting to go near post. It's a great ball whipped in here. Bedoya wins the header. Kevin Sullivan is huge here on this play. Takes a touch, plays the ball back into Bedoya. Bedoya wins it 50-50, and Mikal does so well there to touch that and just find Tai Baribo there at the back post. Poor defending there by LA Galaxy. Unaware of Tai Baribo. Tai Baribo just uncontested free header, and it's concerning for Galaxy, right? Where they do well to stop crosses from the Union in the first half, but in the second half, the Union had their way with the crosses, and you see right there just how much it means to these guys to score such a late winner and win this game 3-2. We'll end the video looking at a couple half chances created by the Union in this game. This first chance comes from Quinn Sullivan opting for a shot on this free kick out wide. It eventually falls to Jacob Glesnes, and Glesnes unleashes a rocket of a shot. Almost takes out a couple fans with this shot. So here it is. Quinn Sullivan shoots towards this. McCarthy makes a save. Sullivan's going to go ahead and find Jacob Glesnes here on the pass. And this is a rocket of a shot here by Glesnes. Almost takes out two fans there. And yeah, I would hate to get hit by a Jacob Glesnes shot. But chance number 2 here. Bedoya on the ball for the Union. Passing it back to Westfield with an outstanding cross there towards Mikal Uhr in the center of the goal. Still not cleared away yet by LA Galaxy. Kai Wagner with possession of the ball. Going to also send in a cross here towards Danley John Jock, and that is so close there by the Union. Almost an own goal there by Nelson. Chance number 3, though. Ball gets played out wide by Lukic into Bedoya. Bedoya with a cross towards Indy. Great pass there by Indy, and that's one that's got to be testing the goalkeeper there by Mikal Uhr. But another chance here. Ball gets whipped in. Glesnes with a cross here. Mikal Uhr gets his shot blocked, and again, that's one that he's got to do better with there. It's a huge opportunity wasted by Mikal Uhr. Another chance here, though. Ball played into Uhr, goes out wide to Indiana Vasilev, who goes back to Mikal Uhr. Uhr's going to go ahead and play this once again back to Vasilev. It's a cutback pass. Bedoya sees his shot blocked. Still not dealt away with yet. Frankie Westfield gets a shot blocked. And notice, a lot of crosses, a lot of service coming from out wide by the Union. Again, there's a shot there by Frankie Westfield. 2 shots by Frankie on the play. And notice, with Westfield, gets his return pass, left-footed shot. And once he gets the pass, once again, wins his 50-50 ball. It's another left-footed shot, and it's a really good effort there on goal by Frankie.